So this is the adorable hotel foyer for the Richmond. I've signed in the book there. This is the wonderful foyer. Look at the beautiful staircase. Look at the spindles there, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. All the way up, old-fashioned building. I travelled over to Alford to get some diesel because it was very low and it was closed. And it was a frightful moment of thinking, what the hell? But it was one of these 24-hour service pumps, so it was, it was a funny moment. Anyway, when I looked at my clock, I'm not trying to be funny here, but I looked at my watch, it was 10 to 2. When I returned to Tomintoul, it was 20 to 4. It's very, I was telling some girl last night about it, and she says it's, there's something that's solely meant for you, whatever it is, but yeah, it's been going on for so long, it's quite amazing. You can't make it up. You can't make this up either. I know where that is. This here is a Crieff bothy. I've done it twice through the Larry Group, but I've only stayed in here once. It didn't have the toilet facilities on the end there. I done it in 1982. At the same time I done this trip, because I walked from Crieff near Abbey-Moor to Braemar. I was on my own, and I'd settled in there for the night. That's Angel Peak. It wasn't wintry conditions when I was there, but anyway, sorry about the light on there. But that's it there. At Crieff bothy, I wrote a lengthy piece of prose. I was down in college in Kirkcaldy at the end of 1988, did a business studies course, and I wanted to do HND and then gave up. But what I was going to say, yeah, I went to see Tom Weir, the late Tom Weir, at the Adam Smith Centre in Kirkcaldy. And he said, I'll take a look at the prose and I'll have a read and I'll let you know how I feel about it. He nearly put me off writing for life. He was very, very critical, and apparently that was his nature, to be very critical of other people's work. I think he was actually trained in was either accountancy or journalism. I can't quite remember, or maybe a bit of both. But certainly he was a keen outdoors man. But that was my event. It was a very scary night. I'm not going to get, well, to be honest, I had to go and answer that door on 3 occasions to the bothy. There was nobody there, just me. And it was like this knocking at the door. And it wasn't deer. It's never been established what that was. But I'm not the only one that's ever experienced that in Crieff bothy. But that's in the Cairngorms. Where I'm standing with this camera, if you to imagine, if you looked out that door and looked this way, you would see the steep rise of Ben Macdui. But this is the Larry Group Pass, and as I say, I've done it twice. But the first time I done it on my own, the second time I done it with somebody. Well, my brother done it. One of my brothers. But the first time, yeah, it was pretty challenging, and getting to Braemar, I can still remember the hotel. It was called the Moorfield Hotel. It's no longer there. And I can still remember what I ate. Can you believe this? But it was goulash. I had a hot bath and I had goulash for my dinner. And I was also a very fit person at that time, and with my running and athletics, you know. And well, athletics and running combined. What am I talking about? My competition in running. But the point being is, when I got to Braemar, I can remember absolutely glowing. And it was quite a cool. Sorry about the glare. I'll put a picture up if I can find it in my collection. I'm on the top floor. It nearly was, but it's not. It's infinity symbol number 8 plus the 1. It's not a bad room actually. It's got a double bed here for me. So if I get lucky, there's plenty of room for me and someone else, her. It's not so allowed in hotels nowadays because of fire restrictions and stuff. You can't sneak folk in like you used to. Plus, it's avoiding payment. But I've had many a partner stay overnight in a hotel room with me at no additional cost. That was the days before CCTV, of course. Well, they don't have CCTV in the room, thank God, but certainly most hotel foyers and bars have them now, which is pretty good actually. So what we're going to do, I've not had anything since breakfast time. It's just been quite a odd kind of day. The view's not so great out the back, I'm afraid. Sometimes that happens. I'll show you anyway. Basically it's the back's of Tomintoul, and that's the way over towards, well, that's the way over to the left where I've just come from. You see the mist up there, and a tricky road. Didn't film the whole road because it's almost impossible to stop on that road, some of the gradients was absolutely phenomenal. I have been on it before, but my memory of it was, recollections were thin. But it's all tied into the same trip. So that Crieff got to Braemar, and from Braemar I hitched it up here to Tomintoul, and from here I went over to, well, I know I got to Elgin. It must have been up through Duffton and Huntly or something. But I got to Elgin at least, and then I went to Inverness, trained to Crieff, and I've told you a story about the girls that invited me over at the place at Carlican. And I didn't get back because there was no Sky Bridge, it was just a ferry, and there was no ferry after I was there. But it was a great night, and then I made it down to Armadale and on to Mallaig and down to Fort William, so it was a really pleasant time. And most of it done, apart from a ferry ride and a train journey, most of it was done on foot or hitchhiking. Yeah, good memories, Andrew. 82 was a brilliant year. 1978, 1982, 1989, 93 was, for the most part, was good. Actually, I think, if I was entirely honest, the only years I didn't like in life was, for some reason, there was always a transition. 1986 was shite, 76 was crap, 86 was crap, 96 was crap, and 2006 was crap. That's my opinion. And then 2016 was actually all right. So maybe I've shaken off the curse of the six ending years. Don't know. I'll find out in 2026 if I'm still here. But a very nice room. Look at this chair. It's just asking to be sat upon, eh? Yeah, accommodation's quite good. Good price as well. But you don't get dinner. You get a breakfast, but you don't get dinner. For these prices you pay, you get a really decent breakfast, and it's a really good hotel. So I recommend both of them. The one I was in last night, the last 2 nights, and this one here, because the food downstairs is absolutely phenomenal. It doesn't cost the earth either. So what I'll do tonight is I'll have a dinner a bit earlier tonight, and then I'll have a few drinks again. Try not mumble into the camera like I did last night before I fell asleep. But I'm still up before 7. I've been pretty good at getting up before 7 most mornings. I felt a wee bit more, well, it wasn't too bad. It was good crack last night. It was really good. Anyway, I better not sit here and talk to myself again. It's going to become habitual. I end up talking to myself on the street and in the supermarkets. So, but you can probably agree, lovely little room, top floor room. Exactly, and no real rush to bail out in the morning. So yeah, all perfect. That's what that other hotel was in this morning. That's what the woman says to me. She said, "Oh, don't rush. There's no rush for you to check out. Just take your time, do what you want." We had a great conversation actually. I met her when I first arrived, and never really got much chance to catch up with her. But she took a lot of time. She was on talking to me at breakfast, and then she got a hold of me afterwards, and we had a really thorough conversation about a lot of stuff. It was pretty interesting. I think I'm going to actually say, despite my mumbles into this camera, I think I'm actually quite an interesting person overall, because people become quickly fascinated with my conversations, and because I don't really hold back. I just kind of say it as it is, and once I start down a journey, I just kind of branch off into other little bits that connect, and I think that's the bit they find fascinating. It's like you were telling a story about A to B, but you've included ZR and K, you know. During my stay at the Richmond Hotel, I was chatting to the barmaid, and we sat and blathered away, and I was telling her some stories from on my side, but also she shared some about the Richmond Hotel. I'm not giving her name for obvious reasons, but she did tell me that there's a haunting of the Richmond, particularly up in the top floor, and it's a chambermaid that's been seen fairly regularly in the building, and makes appearances here and there. It's been seen by hotel staff and guests. There's also in the bar, not the lounge bar, but the public bar, there's evidence over the last 100 years of a young boy riding horseback into the bar area. Now, whether that's coming into the bar, or whether that was a formal bridle path of some description before the hotel was built, but he's been seen on many occasions, and the horse has been heard, and also the whooshing of both the horse and stuff galloping by. But certainly in my stay in room number 18, I did feel, not so much in the room itself, but certainly in the corridors approaching the room, a very kind of imposing presence of some nature. I don't know what it was, but I wasn't particularly frightened by that, but certainly it's something I did observe and felt, but thankfully I didn't see any chambermaid. Well, not in my bedroom anyway.